you want me to do the link?
Welcome back from that short break. This is She, Tracy K, and you're watching NTV The Beat, and I'm here to rock your screens again, but this time I'm here to talk about a show that we've been doing, which is Prefects. Hey, I hope that you're enjoying your time at home. I know it's a bit rainy, but you know, sit tight, enjoy yourself, because we're here to answer any questions that you have.
Woo!
I still got it.
You do.
Back like she never left. Now that is what I call authentic originality.
See?
Let me tell you guys what just happened. We just put her on the spot, and she didn't even know she was supposed to do the steak.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like prepping, like just dive straight into it.
No.
Like you saw her, and she just said, "Oh my God, okay, let me go."
The natural.
Authentic originality.
I tried, guys.
Yeah.
Rachel said she's gonna do it, but in Swahili. So salimia watu.
Mimi nimesema. Wewe uko do it.
Yo, you love them, you've seen them, you've felt them, you've walked with them into the world of creating characters, and of course today they're here to turn on the world. They've already done it in Kenya, and it's only right that as we get to celebrate hashtag #SoUD, we definitely get to celebrate them. You girls have done phenomenal things.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Thank
We
you.
love how polished you are, how presentable you are, how like specifically powerful you are when projecting all these characters you've been able to give life to.
Thank you.
How's life been?
You want to go first?
No,
Oh, me?
they asked you.
My life's been good. It's been such a humbling experience, honestly.
Yeah.
As you know, being an artist, the work we do is not guaranteed, and so there's seasons where you don't have work, but God has been faithful.
Yeah.
And I'm so honored to be part of the Prefects cast right after Sanyu. That was exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm just honestly really grateful.
Listen, any single day you want a job, you're looking for a job, you're looking for money, please look for me. You're too talented not to be employed at any one point of your season.
We love it.
Thank you.
Did she say she's a part of the Prefects cast? I don't think she's a part of it.
She's
the
a
lead
central,
lady.
central.
Listen, the lead lady, and she
Yeah.
is doing the Lord's work. I will tell you that for a
Thank
fact.
you.
Yeah.
Rachel is incredible as Lisa Subi, and I cannot say it enough. I just need you to go and see how much she pushed herself outside of like the boundaries that you know her like, to exist within.
Yeah.
She said, you know what? No, let's just break everything. Let's break every boundary. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's show the Kenyans how it's done.
Yes.
Let's show them that we have it back home
Yeah.
in Uganda. So,
Thank
well done to you,
you.
girl.
How's life? And she has always had that character, Dagi, of
What?
always giving flowers. Where
Right,
Tracy. That's
Tracy.
Tracy for us.
Thank you.
And how's
Thank you.
Kenya for you guys?
Kenya was amazing. The Kenyans were really kind to us, and they took care of us like
Yes.
their own. Honestly, we had so much food to eat. Of course, Kenya is a bit
Ugali
cold compared
and
to.
sukuma and nyama.
Yeah, and someone was teasing me. He said, "Oh, Tracy, I noticed you were shooting in Kenya. It seems you guys don't have any sauce anymore since you came." I mean, if you get the joke, you get it.
You
yeah.
get it, yeah.
But yeah, the Kenyans were really kind to us, and I love how they work. You know, they're very diligent. They pay attention to every detail.
Yeah.
They don't waste time, guys. The communication is so seamless when you work in Kenya. It's a whole different experience. I'd love that for anybody else. You know, for
Yeah.
you to experience something beyond your borders. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You know, earlier today, I was just trying to get to know Rachel. And I did ask her a question, and she shocked me. I was asking her, how long you been acting? And she said, since 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me, you look 9.
Finally, somebody said it.
you look 9. What do you mean since 8? And she said, yeah, since 8. I've been, you know, I've had this passion for acting, for film, for camera, and all of that. And what intrigued me the most, I was thinking, so if you've been doing it since 8, what has actually kept you in there?
Yeah.
I need to know the secret. What has kept you in there? I've been doing this thing, entertainment, music, stage, emceeing, doing what for 10 years.
Right.
And I have my reasons for what has kept me in here. And she had outstanding things to share with me that I had no idea about the film industry.
Yeah.
So I want to put you on the spot and ask the people, what has kept you in there?
What's kept me in the industry, honestly, is passion. I think that's one thing you need to have in any industry you're in.
Yeah.
And it's also such a vague thing to say because like everyone is passionate about something, but then you find people who are passionate and leave either way. It's just the passion for storytelling. And I guess sort of just keeping myself in a space where if I'm not working, I'm preparing myself to work.
Yeah.
And so for me, acting has never been like, oh, I do it on the side. Okay, yeah, maybe I do it on the side, but it's never been like a fallback plan. It's something I constantly prepare myself for, whether or not I'm actively thinking about it. I'll record monologues or like skits and like keep them there. I'll show my family, but it's just the passion to tell good stories.
Yeah. Guys, both of you were in Sunny. Both of you are in Prefects. I just want to know how different were these characters, Melissa to Lisa. And now, you know.
Actually, before we get to that, I have a surprise for you.
Is it?
I decided to keep it to myself. I said I'll wait for the two girls to come on set,
Yes.
so I could actually surprise them.
Yeah.
And where's the box?
Oh my God.
Where's my box?
You guys don't trust Daddy.
Wait.
Don't trust
I know.
Where's the box?
right?
Bring the box. Bring the box.
Is he being serious?
Yeah, I'm for real. Bring the box.
Bring the box.
Don't mind this.
Yeah, bring the box. What's up? Got you!
I could have. Oh my God! I thought it was one of his things.
But you know him.
Oh my God! You still have tricks up your
Got you!
There you go. Hussein Mushema, one of your teachers in Prefects.
Yes. I didn't even know
Mushema,
what to
how
do.
was it like working with these students?
Those students are crazy, especially
We
Kababi.
can't hear him. Oh my God!
Okay, we're gonna fix your audio.
Yeah.
Then we get back to you, Hussein.
Is my audio? You can't hear me?
That was a pleasant
He
surprise.
can't
Yeah.
hear us.
That was a pleasant surprise.
All right, you were still telling us about the different characters, man. Melissa to Lisa.
So interestingly, Tracy and I spoke about this.
All right, come again, come on. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic. How was it like, Hussein, working with the students?
To work with who? With the entire team?
Specifically, Tracy and Rachel, we're representing Uganda first before we extend to our neighbors in Kenya.
Well, it was an honor working with Rachel again and Tracy on the same set, doing different characters. Honestly, I think they went first in Nairobi and then they ushered me into the community there when they had already settled.
Nice.
So it was an honor working with them, such brilliant actors, and living with them still in the same premises in Nairobi. You guys were such amazing, man. I don't know.
Good to see you, Mushama. We didn't see this one coming.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to know from the characters you played, right? Just how different were they from the people you are, and the people who know Tracy know the kind of student that Tracy was. Yes. Just show us, how you related with this particular character. Yeah. In terms of your life at Green Hill and the people that know, they know.
Goddamn, he went there. He really went there. Details. He knows
I
you.
have the tea. Well, Hendrika Sumu, we talked about this again with Rachel. I told her, man, this is a girl I've lived like before. So imagine someone telling you, like, to be yourself. Yeah. I think that's one of the most difficult things. So many people walk around every day and we're masquerading as something else, as someone else. And when they told me, just be yourself, I said, what do you mean be yourself? Because me and the character had some similarities. At first that was hard to crack because I'm like, am I acting? It was a very difficult dance.
Is it just me
But
or
then
is it acting?
Yes. Am I living my life?
Yeah, it's
Am I throwing it back?
yeah, so it was living a life that I think I've lived before, but not in the extremities that Hendrika has. Yes. Hendrika is very bold and very fearless. She does a lot of things the way that she wants to do them. But again, that also reminds me of how I used to live. I remember a time when I feared nothing. I think also by the time I was with the team at NTV, I was still that very fearless person. But as you get older, you go through a bunch of things and then you forget about that version of you. So it was It was difficult. I mean, she's also a bit of a rebel, and then there are quacks about her that I'm like, why are you chewing? Do not chew. That's not ladylike. Do not do that. Yeah, but she's amazing. I loved being her because she allowed me to reconcile certain things within myself that I hadn't reconciled. Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Rachel? Melissa to Lisa to Rachel.
First of all, let me tell you guys, spoiler alert, small. The switch, so Sa knew Tracy was the poor girl, I was the rich girl.
Yes.
God will humble you in this life because he switched it up real quick. She's rich, I am poor. Like,
I mean,
poverty. Yeah, so that was a really nice experience. Although I did relate with her to that extent because I did not grow up in like the most comfortable conditions.
Yeah.
And so I felt seen. Also because that's such a relatable thing, like many Africans, we don't start out doing great. The few that do, yay, but then most people, there's like a bit of struggle, single mom or single dad or whatever the situation is. And seeing Lisa go through that, it reminded me a lot of the hard times. And I hope people feel that and cry with her and laugh with her and rise with her because she does eventually rise. But it was such a great experience.
Fantastic.
Mushema,
Yo.
I want to ask you, Tracy earlier did mention that one of the finest experiences she had to take away from Kenya is how professional the industry is and how communication is seamless in all of that. I know you have seen it and you've done it. What is the one take you would carry from Kenya back to Uganda as an industry for us to pick a leaf and learn and grow?
I mean, she's right. Generally, Biba. I mean, generally, it's a professional industry. They have done this for years. They've had the opportunity to ahead of us for years. They've done some tremendous shows before we got to experience the little bit of professionalism back home. So learning from them was inevitable. Seeing everything the way it was done on that set was a bit of a shocker on a few things there, their attention to detail, how everything is pre-calculated from pre-production to what you're going to be seeing now. It shows that everything is intentional on that production. So one thing I can say that the amount of, the level of professionalism was seen, was experienced, and it was one thing that got to teach us a lot of people on that said that, hey, this is a business, and at the end of the day, this is how things should be done. And everyone who experienced that set, you don't want to be on another set that is not professional, honestly speaking.
Right.
And if there's one thing I would take from there, I just wish we could just have an exchange program where filmmakers from back home in Uganda would actually come to Kenya, and also Kenyans come to Uganda, so that we have that sync where we learn from each other. It's only a few of us that got experience that, and more people that usually go to Nairobi, they can tell you, the likes of the legendary Swatters, the Frobishers that did Makutano Junction, they'll tell you how experienced and how things are done in Nairobi is different. And still do the same thing back home.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, House and Mushena, for speaking to us. Now, for somebody who's watching right now, Tracy, probably they are fed up of, prefects that are bullying them, and like Lisa here, they want to shake things up and ensure that everybody has a voice. For that person who's watching, why should they watch? In about 2 hours, we're going to be live on NTV. Yes, at exactly 8:30, we go live with Prefects. Why should this person who's watching NTV The Beat stick around till then?
I think you should watch Prefects because it's a very beautiful show, and it has beautiful themes. You get to see the kind of experiences that we had while we were in school, and you get to see where bad leadership begins, and how we cook it subconsciously and we do not even know. I'll tell you for a fact, when I was in school, one of the reasons I became a prefect in my primary school was because I realized the prefects didn't get punished like we did, And that's a bit strange if you ask me, because we were constantly told, lead by example, blah, blah, blah. So how's the prefect leading by example, but you're not punishing them? And it's also a story about friendship. It's a story about unity. but also you need to pay close attention because there's so many lessons in there. Like our Mr. Gonza over here gives us a lesson. You need to pay attention to that lesson because there's a story behind what is being said in the class, you know. And I think that this story is crucial for a time like this, right?
Well said.
Yeah. So, Rachel.
Honestly, I couldn't say it any better. Prefects, and I said this on a Twitter space like a few days ago, it's like reading Animal Farm by George Orwell. Like at the time you read it as a child and it's just horses and pigs talking in a farm, but then you grow up and you're like, George was on to something. That is Prefects. So I would say to anyone who's looking to see art conveyed in a non-conventional way, because I feel like as artists sometimes we tell a very linear story. Like the story, the typical Ugandan story, is a poor girl, she falls in love with a rich man, and then she has a talent. But this is such a... The usual, you owe me money,
To be clear, every time.
I'm sorry. I didn't say that. But you see what you're making me say?
Oh, so good
You see what you're making me say? Anyway.
Yeah, so it's a very new approach to telling stories, and I think people would love it, honestly.
Fantastic. Hausen Mushema, Mr. Gonza, how was it like being on set with Miss Kemi?
With Miss Kemi, well, I had never worked with her. I didn't know who she was. Miss Kemi, reading my story, I was so inquisitive to know who Miss Kemi was as Mr. Gonza, because we have a rapport. And when we got to set together, she was a brilliant actress, and we had chemistry rolling. And of course, like you'll be able to see it on screen, both of us just connected instantly from actually the first time we made the photo shoot. And we were just connected instantly, like we're gonna really nail these characters. But yeah, it was nice working with Aziat Nesanya from Nairobi. Such a very brilliant actress and a superstar, very loving girl, and of course with the help of the team. And Rachel Nduhuchire and Kababito Malamusiza Mliwata.
Mushema, I want to say thank you for joining us and thank you for your time. And we want to say keep winning and keep counting your blessings.
Thank you.
Just before we say bye-bye, there's this one thing I've always been curious to ask, and I'm just going to have to do it because you guys are here. I mean, for the feeling of movie stars, when it gets to the premiere, and this time around, you are the ones sitting and you are the ones watching yourselves on the big screens at Cinemax, and the whole cinema is so full, and you are there thinking, what kind of tension do you be on? What would be running through your mind when you as an example, we are seated at the cinema, we are looking at that big screen, then you appear on the screen, and what is going through your mind, you movie stars? Do you critique? Do you be thinking, I need to know for the stars?
Rachel.
I feel like artists are always the most critical of their art and themselves. So personally, every time I'm watching myself, there's like fulfillment of like, yes, I did this, but also, I hope they feel what I felt when I was conveying this emotion, or I hope they feel seen or felt or heard. And that for me just like leaves me on the edge of my seat. And then I'll like randomly be waiting for someone to be like, your performance touched me. And so when someone doesn't say it, I'm like, oh, were you touched? So yeah, that's how I feel.
And just before we close it, how do you, because I know with acting and movies and stuff, people actually get passionate, people get sentimental. So do you ever get to points where a random
when you meet people, I think I might. I mean, I can't speak. I think Rachel has experienced that as Melissa, but personally, I've always played lovable characters. Even Hendrika, I thought, people would hate me for her, but I think you will love Hendrika.
Okay, for the lovable character, listen, baby, for the lovable character, do you ever be in a space where you're thinking, man, I am not what you see. I am. Don't overfall for me. That is a script. That is acting.
Oh my God! It's good that you bring that up because it's so many people who meet you and then they're like, oh my God, she's not timid, and oh my God, she's so bold. Oh my God, like it's a show, guys. I'm just playing a character. Like, that's not me. Listen, that's not me at all. And it's also very jarring because sometimes people then try to box you into that person. Yeah. Like, people have really refused to move on. My name has not been Kawabito since I was born. My name is Sanyu. I have accepted it.
You give justice to the character.
I take it. Thank you.
That
Thank
life,
you.
you'll never bring it out. You'll never die. Guys, Prefects starts showing today, 8:30. Again, just for the viewers, when shall it be watching in terms of repeat and stuff like that?
So it repeats every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on NTV Uganda. And Mr. Watala over here showed me a live link. So I didn't know NTV has a live link, but they do have a live link. So in case you don't have access to free-to-air TV or a paid TV subscription, you can stream it.
Yeah.
And it starts tonight at 8:30, and it will be playing at the same time every week.
Yes.
For the next
outside Tracy Kababito and Rachel Nduhutire, and of course Hausen Mshema, we heard other Ugandan actors representing us. Let's shine a light on them.
Natasha Sinayobe, guys. Do you know? People don't even know.
Yeah.
But she's like a hidden gem on the show. You'll see her and you'll love her. Mushema Hausen, Tracy Kababito, Michael Tamale, and Rukia Naluvega.
Nice.
Yes.
Fantastic. For anybody seeing you for the first time, how do they get to follow you on your socials?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Rachel Nduhutire, on X at Rachel Nduhutire, on LinkedIn at Rachel Nduhutire.
Oh my God!
and in inbox
at Rachel Nduhutire.
On Instagram at Kawabito, on Twitter at X at Kawabito. It's Kawabito everywhere. _ I am the only Kawabito you probably get to know soon.
Yes.
Guys, want to say thank you.
Hausen also wants to say his Twitter handle.
Guys, want to say thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having us.
We are celebrating you.
Yeah.
Keep winning and keep counting your blessings.
Vule highs.
8:30, Prefects, get locked and loaded. We are NTV. We want to say thank you for joining us today. We bounce back tomorrow, but for now, up next is NTV Akawungezi.